Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. Brett, in my hands is The Future is Number One. A rather intriguing debut from publisher Rekka Comics, who is intriguing history. It's written by Fred Van Lente, art by Ennio Ruffi, color by Andrea Meloni, and lettering by Taylor Esposito. So this was a Kickstarter, did like $72,000. It says that it's like spun out of like the InfoSec community, I think kind of like the hacker community. And the comic itself is intriguing. It's what it follows is it takes place in the future, and it deals with kind of like an A-team but hackers. In this first one, there is clearly Elon Musk stand-in who has a moon-based community that's doing horrible things with the people they're hiring, and this team is hired to go in and bring an individual back. To do that, there's all sorts of hacking and some action. It's entertaining. Like Fred Van Lente is a solid writer. His stuff's always good, entertaining. The art is decent. There's not more than decent. It's good. The concepts at times are kind of crazy and out there. Very like sci-fi, futuristic. Just go roll with it. But what's interesting, and I think it all has potential, is there's also kind of like an ARG aspect to it. And for those who aren't familiar with ARGs, it's alternate reality game, and that's what I'm going to call it. I think this is an ARG. And the idea is you take your story and you spin it out into games people can play in the real world. 9 Inch Nails did this with their Year Zero, I think it was their Year Zero album. And I absolutely loved it. Something I think was brilliant and not done enough. But the other would be the Dark Knight Returns, I believe it was, whichever. The one with Harvey Dent. There was an ARG that involved with kind of an election of Harvey Dent, where they sent out campaign teams, and it's kind of a blending of the entertainment and real world, where you can participate kind of as part of the story in some ways. So in this, there's things with there's links in there. I haven't gone to any of them. There's QR codes that I'm sure actually goes to stuff. There's all sorts of hints and teases of things that are involved with this comic and the hacking aspects of the comic. And to me, I think that's the most intriguing aspect of this. Overall, the story it's entertaining. It is a futuristic A-team. It doesn't really break any ground as far as that. The ARG itself is interesting. How it's kind of peppered into the story I think, could do some work. To me, it's a debut that has a lot of potential, and it shows an interesting direction for a company. I'm not quite sure the execution is completely flawless in the way I would have gone about it. And I'm going to see if I can find some examples and show that off. But the art's good. We start off with a crazy mission, and the team going out to do something and hack some stuff, and involved with belugas with lasers on their heads, and a killer whale that has I think a laser on its head. Just overall some silly concept, but a fun concept. So there are some aspects of websites to go to. Let me see if I can go find an example of it. I really should have marked it down before to talk about it. And obviously, the goal is to get you to go to these websites. There's also, I think, other teases and hints of things you can do and participate in this kind of almost online game that they've got going. Yeah, here we go. So there's this, which is interesting, but how do you integrate it with the story? To me, that would be a stronger way of going about it. It's just URLs thrown there, kind of just in some ways takes you out of the story. I would have integrated in some different ways. So a great example of the way I would have done it would be, in this scene here, I'm not going to go into details, but you've got all these screens. Is put URLs here, have people go here, hint at information here to go dive into, and bring people further into this ARG, this game that people can participate in. To me, that's where things kind of skip. Here's another example. We just have a URL randomly in a panel. So it's one where it's A for effort, but execution not so much. As I said, I like the concept overall. I like the direction. The first issue is entertaining. It shows off there is a bunch of potential to this, and I think they're kind of going in the right direction. I'm just not completely convinced that they're going to nail it the way I think they think they're going to nail it. I believe there's also some other things that there's a commitment for 60 issues for 5 years worth of stuff already, which is pretty ambitious and pretty gutsy, so we'll see how that goes. But overall, like, interesting debut. I'm going to check out the second issue, maybe check out some of the online stuff. There's a little bit of back material. There's kind of like a history of where Rekka Comics came from. There is some like fake advertisements that are part of the whole game. Nice example of that. So yeah, like it's an interesting example overall. I just think it's kind of been done way better, the basic concept of it. But the comic itself, I think, is entertaining on its own, even without the game. You can go check this out. It's out in shops. We got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you could purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so do get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, just watching our videos support us as always, so thank you as well. If you are into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. And of course, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.